Krishna Rama Govinda Narayana, Krishna Rama Govinda Narayana, Keshava Madhava Hari Narayana, Keshava Madhava Hari Narayana, Krishna Rama Govinda Narayana, Krishna Rama Govinda Narayana. Sri Venugopala Krishna, Sri Venugopala Krishna, Krishna Sri Venugopala Krishna, Madhava Madhusudana Narayana, Madhava Madhusudana Narayana, Krishna Rama Govinda Narayana, Keshava Madhava Hari Narayana, Keshava Madhava Hari Narayana, Krishna Nama Govinda Narayana, Narayana, Hari Narayana. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Vidyanagamyam Vande Vishnum Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaikkanatham Satchidanandarupaya Vishvotpattyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Sri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. Brahmanaha manasa putraha, the sons of mind-born sons of Brahma, they asked the father a very important question. Yogasya ekantikim gatim paprachuhu. They asked a very deep question. The subject matter called mind always baffled the philosophers. What we know as Western psychology has taken mind as reality. Mind is, and mind is true, thoughts are true. And how to handle those thoughts that arise in our mind, positive thinking, and many other methodologies that are used for taking care of the health of the mind. That has been the approach of the Western psychology. Western philosophy also never questioned the existence of the mind. Whereas the Eastern wisdom, especially Vedanta, had never accepted mind as a reality. It has relative reality because of which we operate in this world as you and I. But the ultimate reality is not the mind. With that background, we should approach this subject matter right now. The question that was raised by Sanat Kumaras are very interesting. It's a very interesting one. So here, in the verse number 17. Sanakadaya uchuhu guneshva vishate cheto gunaschetasi cha prabho katamanyonya santyago mumukshor mumukshor atitirshoho. There are another 3 T's are there. Mumukshoho atitirshoho. Hey Prabhu, O Lord, Chetas. Chetas means mind. Chetaha guneshu avishate. Mind enters into objects. Gunaha, here it to be understood as Vishaya, objects. Guneshu, Vishayeshu. Avishate, enters. If I am hearing some sound somewhere, the sound is happening, let us say, in another room. But I hear it when you say, is it your ears are going there? No, ears are here only. What is going there? You may say, no, nothing is going there. Sound is coming to you. You may say, sound is coming to you. You are engrossed in studying or reading something. Then I ask you, did you hear that? What? Sound. Which sound? So if it is coming to you also, to me also, it's not that only to me it's coming and not to you. So when I say I hear it and you say I don't hear it, that means the sound is not reaching you and it is only reaching me? No. I am paying attention, you are not paying attention. Some of you are sitting there also. You may not be paying attention to me. Your attention, what to do? You're not paying attention. So the sound is not coming to me. My mind is going to the sound, to be precise. So also, in the kitchen, they are making vada. My nose is here only. The smell is everywhere. My mind is through the nose, captures that smell. And I know vada. So how is that? This is a question here is, Manaha Vishayeshu Avishate. Mind is getting into object. This is one thing. Many times it is not necessary that we need to have an external object to disturb our mind. Sitting quietly, you may think about something which had happened to you in your past life, not past life, past few days back or few years back. That also you can remember, or when you are sitting for quiet meditation, you may remember a beautiful filtered Madras filtered coffee. The smell of it also you can smell at that time. Tongue is already having saliva, thinking about that very coffee itself. It is nowhere near you. It is not even coming to, it is not even a thing that is available to you at this point, at this moment, anywhere yet. Where is that thought process coming from? Vishayaha gunaha chetasi avishate. Vasana rupena. In the form of the past impressions, which are very strongly ingrained in your personality, that very taste for that coffee which is there within you is coming to you at the time when you are getting a little tired, or when you are sitting for meditation, wishing to have some energy boost. At that time, that vasana, which is in the form of a very simple thought, can enter into your mind. Mind going to objects, or objects in the form of the past impressions into the mind. Both are possible. Now, Swamiji, yes, it is happening. So what? The question is, so what? Arey, that is the problem now. For whom? Mumukshoho. Not for you and me. We are fine. But those who really want to achieve moksha. Mumukshoho. Ati titirshoho. Those who would like to cross over. Tirtumicha titirsha. So, taranam, to cross. To cross over, to desiring to cross over the boundaries of the mind, desires, thoughts. Atititirshoho, those who are tirtimichoho, those who are desiring to cross the boundaries of the mind, those who are seeking liberation. Kadam anyonya santyaga. How do they separate anyonyam? Meaning, anyam idi santyaga, separation, kadam. How do they separate Vishayas from the mind, objects from the mind, and mind from the object? It appears that both of them have such a close association with each other. As Gurudev would say, that is called unholy wedlock. Mind attached to the objects, objects attached to the mind, mind entering into the objects in the form of seeking an external stimuli, or the vasanas entering into the mind as thoughts. कैसे हम separate करेंगे? How a mumukshu can separate them? See, this question does not arise in our mind when we do not take meditation seriously. कुछ भी हो रहा है मन में, क्या होने दो, ऐसा नहीं है. We have to become very observant about our mind and realize that manayeva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho bandhaya vishaya saktam moksham nirvishayam smritam. Manayeva, mind alone, is the cause for karanam bandhasya cha mokshasya cha. Bandhasya karanam iva manaha, mokshasya karanam iva manayeva. What is bandhanam or what is bondage? Vishaya asakta manaha bandha, baddha. Vishaya asakta manaha baddha. The mind that is bound by the objects and cannot leave is the mind which is in bondage. Vishaya anasakta manaha mukta. The mind which is released from the holding on to the mind objects is free. This freedom, those who are seeking, they want to know, how do I separate Vishaya and Mana, Cheta and Guna? Chetas. Now, let us understand what mind is. As you all know, Gurudev also very many places have given. Flow of thoughts is mind. Chitta vritti pravaha. Mana. Vritti pravaha mana. Every thought must have an object. Every thought. When you say object, I do not mean physical object only. If I am seeing a tree right in front of me, the tree becomes the object of my thought. And the thought is a relationship between me, the subject, I, and object other than me, and the relationship between these two. Let me put it this way. There is a lamp, and there are many objects in that room. The lamp lights up, we have lighted up the lamp, and the lamp's light is falling on many objects in that room. And every object is possible for you to see because of the light shedding onto those objects. The light falling onto the object makes you able to see the object. What is the relationship between the light and the object then? There is a connection, meaning the light is falling on the object. If the light were not to be there, the objects cannot be perceived. It will be dark. The moment the light is lit, a lamp is lit, immediately you see the objects. Understood? Now, it is a very important second step is, if light is there, objects are there, Both are having a relationship. If the light is there, no objects are there, light still is there. If the light is not there, objects are there, object cannot be perceived. Clear? In the same way, I, the awareness, coming in contact with the objects, the relationship between the awareness and the object completes it as a thought. The thought can be about an object, like as I said, a tree, or a plant, or an animal, or a flower, or a chair, or a table, or a person, anything. Therefore, I say, I'm aware of. I know, I see, I hear, I taste, I smell, I touch. Apart from all this, I am angry, I am upset, I am unhappy. Unhappiness is also an object of the thought. Anger is an object of a thought. Jealousy is an object of a thought. All right. In the seat of meditation, the individual is attempting to remove the objects from awareness. Gurudev calls it as objectless awareness. Only when, all the time, from the time you wake up in the morning till you go to bed, continuously the thought process is going on about one thing or the other. It may be on object A. If the object A is removed, object B will come. A thought about this or thought about that, thought about anger, angry about something, upset about something else, or perceiving something, hearing something, tasting something, thinking about something which is to be done. All the time, our mind is only continuous flow of thoughts. We never attempted to make ourselves available fully without an object of thought. For this, you need not have to remove the objects. It's not that I have to go to empty room. Swamiji, in an empty room, I will have objectless awareness. Nahi hoga. Kyun? Emptiness become an object of your thought. Kuch nahi hai. That becomes object of your thought. We always replace one with another. So the question that was raised by Sanatana, Sanat Kumaras is, how do I ever separate thought and object? Mumukshoho atititoshoho katam anyonya santyagaha kuneshu avishate chetaha. Mind is entering, the objects enter into the mind, and objects are entering the mind, mind is entering into the object. This continuously going on. And because we are so tired of that, when you go to sleep, in the sleep, also there is an object of thought that is called abhava vritti pravaha. I don't know. That vritti is going on. Abhava vritti alambana nidra. That is a definition Patanjali Yoga Sutra gives. So, at no time I have ever experienced absence of objects and full presence of awareness. Awareness is always experienced by me with object. Now, how do I separate these two? He prashna hai. For which Bhagavan answers here. Sri Bhagavan uvacha evam prushto mahadevaha Swayambhu Bhuta Bhavanah Dhyayamana Prashna Bijam Napyapadyata Karmatihi. Brahma is called Swayambhu. Swayam Bhavati idi Swayambhu. Swayam by himself. Bhu Bhavati has come to being. Because he doesn't have a father or the mother. Brahmaji does not have, because nobody else was there before him. So he's referred as Swayambhu. And also he's the one Bhutanam Bhavanam Karodi iti Bhuta Bhavanaha Srishtikarta. Bhutanam Srishtikarta, therefore Bhuta Bhavanaha, one who is the creator of all beings, by himself being self-created. Mahadeva is referred as Mahadeva because even the Devatas were not there before he came. So Mahadeva, Evam Prushtaha, this way he was being questioned. Sanakadibihi Evam Prushtaha, Swa Putrehi Evam Prushtaha, one who is thus being questioned by his own sons. Karmadihi, but his mind was preoccupied with karma. Karma of what? What is Brahma busy with? Brahma busy with creation. So he was so occupied with his, his responsibility of creation, and therefore karmadihi, karmanidihi, karmadihi. One whose mind is ever occupied with this activity, therefore he tried to think about it. Prashna bijam dhyayamanaha. Prashnasya bijam. Very source or the seed of that question, the question is plain, but the source of the very answer that should be given to his children should be something which should be very subtle, because the question itself is very subtle. Prashna bijam dhyayamanaha. Therefore, thinking about that very source, where this student is coming from, that he started to think about. A guru or the teacher is one who should never be afraid of questions. If he is afraid of questions, that means he does not have the correct knowledge. If I have the clarity and understanding very clearly, then I'm not afraid of that question, because I know where the question is coming from, and also I know how the student is thinking, if I have understood that knowledge correctly. If I am only a person who reads some commentaries here and there, and then I start to talk about it, if I have not reflected upon myself about that subject matter, if I am very shallow in my thinking, I will be afraid of questions. So here, Brahmaji was being preoccupied with this work, has never thought about these subtle questions at all. So when this was raised by his own children, his own sons, he thought about it. मैं सोचा नहीं है इस बारे में, इसके बारे में. I never thought about this. So what do I do? He has to cut a sorry figure in front of his sons. So, Prashna bijam na apapadyata. He could not get the source. Kahan se aa raha hai prashna? So, na apyapadyata. Apyapadyata means not able to understand or reach, to be precise. Not able to reach. Apadyate means to reach. Na apapadyate. Na abhyapadyate. It is not able to reach to a conclusion about this is the answer to that question. At the same time, he didn't want to accept that I don't know. Many times when somebody asks a question and you don't know the answer, you know what to say? Especially teachers, the Balvir teachers can have this as an excuse. When the children ask a question very subtly, wonderful question, why? Wow, what a question you asked. Great. This requires me to think very deep. I have to give you the correct answer next week. Or you'd say, the question is very beautiful. You have to think much differently about this question and become very clear about your question. Then I will get you the answer. Some way to escape. The stupid person would say, this question, my teacher never talked about this. It is not the teacher has to tell you everything. Teacher only gives example. If you go to a math class, teacher puts some problems for you to solve. And then what she expects you to know is how to solve the problem independently by yourself. She's only giving some examples. In one exam, two boys, they were caught by the invigilator, and they were brought to the principal. And then the principal said, you both are copying each other's paper. I know very well. So the boys looked at each other. They were very bright boys. So they looked at each other. No, we didn't copy each other's paper. He was sitting there and I was sitting in another corner of the room. How you would have copied each other? No. See, whatever mistakes he has done, exactly the same mistake you also did. How is that? He had the same teacher. So if the teacher himself does not know the answer, obviously the students will not have. Unless they are way too smart than the teacher, that even what teacher does not know, they have understood. So here, Brahmaji was in a very dharma sankat. You don't know what to do now. So therefore, Bhagavan ke paas jayenge. That's the only thing I can do. So he started to think about Bhagavan. Samam achintayat devaha prashna parati tirshaya tasyaham hamsa rupena sakasham agamam tada. Sadevaha, that very Brahma, Mam achintayat. He started to think about me. He started to think about me. Oh Lord, wanting to cross over the situation, meaning Prashna para titishaya. As the same thing, titishaya, tirthamichaya. For the sake of desiring to overcome the present question, to find an answer, in other words. Prashna para titishaya, for the sake of overcoming the situation by correct answer, he started to think about me. Bhagavan, aap kuch karo na, mujhe malum nahi, ek prashna bhi malum nahi. Uttar kaise denge? Given the question I don't understand, then where is a question of answering them? Many times the students who did not read properly, when the question paper is given, I think he gave me previous year's, next year's question paper to me. I'm only in 10th grade. You are giving me 11th grade question paper, I think. Because I never thought this question. So he didn't want to understand what the question is all about. So then when he has thought about me, meditated upon me, out of sheer compassion to this beloved Brahma, I appeared in front of him. Tada, then, tasya aham hamsa rupena sakasham agamam. Tasya, for him, Hamsa rupena aham, in the form of a swan, sakasham, to his place, very place, agamam, I went. I went to him in the form of a Hamsa, swan. So somebody would ask, क्यों विष्णु रूपेण नहीं जा सकता क्या? Why don't you go as a Vishnu? No, there is a reason why he came in the form of a Hamsa. The word Hamsa, well, let us see the word a little later, but what is a Hamsa bird? It is said that when two things get mixed up, inseparably, you need a very special way or method to separate them. Like milk and water. Once they have mixed, how will you separate them? So in India, they put milk in the water. The water is maximum quantity and chota milk bhi jayega usme. Thoda milk. Here you may probably would, because of the thick, 2% fat, 3% fat, you add some water also. So little water you add, whatever it is. But if you have mixed water and milk, how will you separate it? In the same way, vishayaha tata manah. Objects and mind have become one another, connected to each other, mixed. So Hamsa is a bird which is legendary bird. We find that it is stated in our scriptures that it is capable of separating milk and from water. Indirectly to say that Atma Anatma Viveka, ability to distinguish between Atman and Anatman, self and the not self. It is possible for a person who has the most subtle intellect. Sukshmaya Sukshmadarshibihi. And one who has that kind of an ability to clearly distinguish from one another is called Paramahamsa. And that very word Paramahamsa means Param Aham Saha. I am that supreme and not what I am associated with. So Hamsa bird is a legendary bird who is capable of doing this very subtle separation. Therefore, Bhagavan appropriately, according to the question that was raised, he said, let me tell you how to separate gunaha from chetas. In other words, how to separate matter and spirit. Very clearly, you can do that. And to answer that, how to do that, Amsa Rupena Aham Tasya Sakasham Agamam. I came to his presence. So when Bhagavan appeared as a Hamsa, a bird, Sanat Kumaras had no clue. Who is this? And also Brahmaji also is wondering. I meditated upon Bhagavan Vishnu. Who is this? What is this coming up here? So he had a doubt, and along with the Sanat Kumaras. So, it is like in the Kena Upanishad also, when Bhagavan appeared as a pillar of light there, Yaksha Rupena. So Indra was wondering, what is this light? That is a powerful light that is sitting here, Yaksha. And he sent each one of them, go and see what is happening. So he sent fire. A fire went near him. And then fire asked, who are you? So that Yaksha asked, who are you? You tell me. I am fire. Oh, what do you do? I fire everybody. No, I fire anything. Okay, he put a blade of grass, come try to burn this. Couldn't do it. So he got afraid. I was so powerful and in front of him, I couldn't do anything. He came back running, Darpok. Then he sent wind, go and see what is happening there. So wind went there. What you can do? I can lift anything. Chalo, karo. Bas. Put a blade up. He couldn't do. He lift even a moment. He said, I can lift the entire world. Okay, do this. Couldn't do it. Came back. Then Indra himself went. So that story is found in Kenopanishad. Similarly, here he appeared in the form of a Hamsa, and Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanat Kumaras could not understand what this is. So, therefore, Drishtva Mam Ta Upavrajya Kritva Pada Bivandanam Brahmanam Agrata Kritva Paprachukko Bhavaniti Mam Drishtva Te, seeing me, Mam Drishtva Te means all of them, Sanakadaya, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanat Kumaras, also Upavrajya, coming closer to me, Pada Abhivandanam Krutva, they understood this must be a divine one because it was not there before, suddenly appeared in front of me. So it must be something divine, but we do not know what this is. So, Pada Abhivandanam Krutva, having saluted to the feet of that swan. Amaji, swan has a feet? Yes, it has. Okay, fine. So, having saluted at the feet of the swan, then keeping Brahma, their own father, in front of them, Brahmanam Agrata Krutva, because they understood that Brahmaji only probably invited him in this one. Because we asked the question and Brahmaji closed his eyes and disappeared. Therefore, obviously, this is something to do with his question, the question we raised. So, for Brahmanam Agrata Kritva, Ko Bhavan iti paprach. Who are you? Aap kaun hai? Who are you? Would like to know. In this way, they submitted. So that is to show, Atiti Pujanam. It is in our tradition that when a person comes to our doorstep, we must show our hospitality, and then after having made that person comfortable, then you ask, what is the purpose for which you have come? Don't open the door. What do you want? Why have you come? Right there itself. Or through the keyhole. Kya jaye abko? So we are living in an advanced progressive society where every individual is a potential terrorist. We are living in that kind of a life. We call it as a scientifically advanced progressive society where nobody believes anybody. Whereas where I remember when growing up in the village where I used to visit, there is no door at all. No door in our houses. Always open. The veranda or the portion outside is open for anybody to come and stay or lie down or take rest and everything. That is how it was. No doors. Now grills are there. Like a jail. You cannot even enter anywhere. You cannot go anywhere near anybody's end. Security cameras looking, kya ho raha hai? And then making noise immediately as soon as you reach there. Progressive society. So the Pada Abhivandanam Krutva Ko Bhavan iti paprachuhu. Aap kaun hai? This way, they have asked this question. Now, this is interesting. When I was asked, Krishna says, when I was asked this question, Aap kaun hai? What was my answer? I took a visiting card and gave it to them. No. When this question was raised, my answer was, Ityaham muni prashtuh, sorry, ityaham munubi prashtah tattva jignasubhistada yadavochamaham tebhyah taduddhava nibodhame. Jignasubhihi aham ityaham munibi jignasubhihi munibihi idi aham prashtah jignasubhihi jnatumicha jignasa, those who are seekers of knowledge, by those seekers of knowledge, jignasubhihi munibihi, muni, they are also contemplative masters. These four sons of Brahma, they are not ordinary people. Muni means mananashilavan mauni munihi. One who is ever in contemplation, in utter inner quietude is called a muni. Mauni mananashilavan munihi. So they were not ordinary people whose minds are into mundane things. Their minds are highly evolved, exalted, and ever contemplating upon the highest truth. And such munis who are seekers of knowledge, jignasubihi munibihi iti aham prishtaha, thus I have been thus questioned. Tada, then, yad aham avocham, what I told them, tebhya, what I have informed them, tad, that very one, hey Uddhava, nibodhame, come to learn from me, come to hear from me. What did I tell them when they asked, Go Bhavan? See, it is said in our Sanatana Dharma tradition, if you are meeting a Mahatma, you should never ask, who are you? We can ask ordinary people, we can ask, who are you, etc. But Mahatmas, it's a tradition. Not that they will get hurt or anything, they will not feel bad or anything. It's like that. The way to ask them is, in the tradition, in what way can I know you? That is how you should ask. In what way should I know you? In that way you should ask. Don't ask, kya hai, kaun hai tu? Nowadays, as Gurudev would say, people have no such, respectfulness, etc. Phone. Hello, Swami is there? Ha ha. Acha, ek prashna hai Kena Upanishad mein. Absolutely, with no regard, respect, koi nahi, kuch nahi. Because that very, the what do you call that as the culture has so much undergone so much of change. I remember I went to somebody's house and the lady invited me for Bhiksha, and then I went to their house. And then the lady said, the lady of the house gave a bunch of flowers to the boy, her son, saying that Swamiji ke de do, ko de do, I say, welcome. But she didn't inform him properly, poor fellow, that he does not know. As soon as I reached there, he took that bunch of flowers. Swami, take this, take this. I have to give it to you, supposed to give it to you. I was first shocked. What is he giving? A bunch of flowers. So why is he giving this? So there is a method of offering also. Anyway, so that's not the point here. But when the question was asked by the Munis here, what I answered them is what I'm going to tell you. Uddhava, please listen to me. Interesting answer. Vastuno yajnanatvam nanatvam atmana prashna idrishaha Katham ghateta vo vipraha vakturvameka ashrayah. Yadi vastunah atmanah nanatvam ईदृशः प्रश्नः कथं घटेत वो विप्राः. A vipraha. Vipraha means men of great inspiration. They are called vipraha, men of wisdom. Veda abhyasena vipraha bhavati kaschit. An individual, whoever it be, Veda abhyasena eva vipraha bhavati. Janmada jayade shudraha eva. Veda abhyasena vipraha bhavati. Dvijaha bhavati. By birth, we are all fools only. We are not born with the disposition of any deep knowledge. Some of them may be because of the blessings of the Lord, may be born with certain predisposed with knowledge. But only by correct knowledge, acquiring of the correct knowledge, a person becomes vipraha. The very word vipraha comes from the root word in Sanskrit, vepanam. Vepanam means it is kampanam, a shaking, a throbbing. Vipraha, the very word, means those who have a constant vibration, inspiration within about the self. They are called vipraha. So, he is addressing the Sanat Kumaras, hey vipraha, vaha, you all, you have asked this question, idrishaha prashnaha, the question that you have raised as who I am, ko bhavaniti. In reality, vastunaha, yadi atmanaha nanatvam, nanatvam asti chet prashnaha is uchitaha. If the self is multifold, variety, nanatvam asti chet atmanaha idrishaha prashnaha uchitaha. This kind of a question is right. Yadi atmanaha ananatvam, if the self is not many but one, then your question is wrong. See, it is the same as in Manisha Panchakam, Shankaracharya, the story that Shankaracharya walking towards the Kashi Vishwanath Kshetra, and there was a person who came in front of him on the same road and did not give him way. He said, move away, I have to go to the temple, move away. Gaccha gaccha iti. Shankaracharya, when he said like this, that very apparently appeared to be a Shudra, Chandala. He said, Annamaya Dannamayam Madava Chaitanyameva Chaitanya Dvijavara Dori Kartum Vanchasi Kimbruhi Gaccha Gaccheti. When you say go away, what has to go away from what? I am made up of 5 elements. This body and your body is also made of the same 5 elements, matter. Other than the matter, if you say consciousness is there, this consciousness in me is the same as your consciousness, then what has to go from what? If you say me, the consciousness is different from you, the consciousness, you didn't get the correct knowledge then. Atmanaha ananatvam. Atma bahuda nahi hai. Atma ekah. Therefore, when you ask, who are you? You have separated me from you. अरे बाबा एक प्रश्न पूछा है सर किसके इसके बारे में क्यों ऐसा करते हो तुम I just happened to ask, who are you? Why are you torturing? So Vedantins take everything very seriously. प्रश्न पूछा है आप. In Kathopanishad it says, Bhagavan, this Yama says, Mrityo sa mrityum gacchati ya iha nana eva pashyati. Those people who are seeing the variety, they are subject to death after death. From death to death they go. Yadi nanatvam pashyasi, tvam mrityoho mrityum gacchasi. From death to death you go. There is no otherness. When there is no otherness, your question itself is wrong. Vastunaha, in reality, yati ananatvam atmanaha. There is no manyness of the self. Isdrishaha prashnaha. This question that you raised, katam gateda. How is it correct? The question that you have all asked. Hey Vipra, you are supposed to be a learned person. And me vaktuhu, me that one who is about to answer, for me, kaha asrayaha, on what basis can I say I am so and so? To say I am so and so, I have to condition myself as somebody other than the self. Is it not true? If I say I am, my name is this, I am born of this person, I born in this particular place, and I belong to this jati, and I belong to this family, and I have this profession, then I am not talking about my true self. Jati niti kula gotra duragam nama rupa guna dosha varjitam desha kala vishayati vartiyat brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. Shankaracharya beautifully says, what is the nature of this Paramatma? Jati, Niti, Kula, Gotra, Duragam. That which does not have a Jati, Niti, Kula, Gotra, this does not belong to any clan, any category, no family, no Gotra. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Dosha, Varjitam, the defects of name, form, qualities. Desha, Kala, Vishaya, Adivartiyat. It is beyond time, space, and causation. Brahma Tattvam Asi Bhavayatmani. That Brahman you are. This way you meditate. If I happen to answer, I am so and so, then I am coming down to the level of matter. So how do I answer? What is Ashraya for my answer? What is the support? So your question is wrong. If I answer, that is also wrong. So Sanat Kumaras, we asked a question with the mind in mind, and when he came around, we asked another question. And for that question is going to say like this, what do we do? So anyway, Bhagavan smiled and said, you asked the question, but understand, Atma ekaha advitiyaha nanatvam tasmin nasti. It is definitely there is no manyness in the self. So, if I refer to, let us say, okay, if you have asked that question, and if I happen to answer myself as somebody, then I am answering me as this matter. Achha, theek hai. This matter also, which I am, is it any different from yours? What is that? Your body, your mind, everything is made of Panchabhutas. What is my body, my mind, etc. made of? Same Panchabhuta. Everything in this world that is seen to be the world as matter are made up of what? Other than space, air, fire, water, earth. Remove these 5 elements. Will you find anything anywhere? You take any object, remove these 5 from that. What will be there? In your own physical body also. Our shape of the body is nothing but water. Water is removed, you'll become chapat. There is no shape at all. That's why when a person dies, first thing that drains away, as soon as the air goes away from the body, immediately the heat will go. Because heat is maintained by the air. Prana chal gaya, to Agni bhi chale jayega. When the Agni is gone, water will not remain. Water will go. Then what will remain is only earth, that is bones. They will also get brittle finally. And what will remain is space. Space will go to space. Ho gaya. Bas. So any object in this world you take and remove these 5 elements, it will not exist. So what is this called, the physical world called the matter then? That is also 5 only. It's called prapancha. Therefore he says, Panchatmakeshu bhuteshu Samaneshu cha vastutah Ko bhavaniti va prashnah Vacharambo hyanartakah Vastutah, in reality, Samaneshu bhuteshu panchatmakeshu, Samaneshu, all in equal, bhuteshu, all beings, panchatmakeshu, which are none other than the 5 elements in different kind of combinations. If you understand that, then also the question, who are you, is inapplicable. Ko bhavan iti prashna vacharamba, just a word, just a name. Anartakaha, it has no meaning. We have, if you go to a furniture shop, a wooden furniture shop, all that you would see is wood. But it is given different names. One is a table, another is a chair, another is a window or the door. Door, chair, table, etc. are nama, name. Vastu is what there? What is the reality there? Wood. You go to a jewelry shop and you see many different forms of jewelry. Bangles are there, rings are there. Necklace is there. Bracelets are there. Chiclets are there. No, not chiclets. So bracelets, all those things that you see, what are they? Various modifications of gold. You have to say, enter into a jewelry shop. Sarvam nama rupatmakam golde vasatyam. Gold alone is the truth there. All others are nama rupa only. When you wear this, here it is a ring. And the same thing, when you wear this, it becomes bangle. Some people, they interchange that also. They because put it here also, same thing. Those who do not have a neck also, they wear necklace. Neckless, but still they wear necklace. Different ways, places you wear, but it is the same gold. Similarly, variety of things that you see all over you, if you remove the very core, even the part that is there, the part is a part, is called a part, but actually what is it? Mrideva satyam. Mud alone is the truth here. Because before the pot was made, it was mud. After the pot is made, it is mud. After it is broken, it is still a mud only. And where is the pot? Pot kahan hai? Pot is a name to reference only. This form as a reference. The reference is pot, not the reality. The substance is mud. The reference to that mud form is pot. In the same way, you, me, tree, plant, animal, bird, a fish, an elephant, a dinosaur, all these varieties of things are there. They are all names according to the forms. But in reality, panchatmakeshu bhuteshu samaneshu vastutaha. In all reality, all of them are nothing but modifications. No, you say, oh, no. What about the mind and intellect and buddhi and all? They are also sattvic amsha of the same panchamahabhutas. Sattvic nature of the panchamahabhutas become the antakaranas, mana, buddhi, ahankara, chittam. And the rajasic amsha of the panchamahabhutas have become pancha pranadeha, pancha karmendriyani. 5 pranas and then 5 organs of action. And the tamasic, the sattvic amsha of the panchamahabhutas also have created the jnanendriyas along with antakaranas. And then tamasic amsha of the panchabhutas, panchikritam, which is a subject to panchikarana, have become the entire gross world. Therefore, the moment you take the panchabhutas out of this matter, remains nothing. So therefore, if I introduce myself as so and so, I'm referring to even the panchamahabhutas. Then also they are no different from anything else here. Ko bhavan idiva prashnaha. Your questions as who are you? Vacharambaha. It is born out of only words. Anartakaha. It has no relevance, meaning. So therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says, the world is divided into 2 parts. The world that we experience is divided into 2 parts. Para-prakriti and apara-prakriti. Higher nature and lower nature. Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu kammano buddhirevacha ahankara idiyame binna prakriti ashtata apareyamidasvanyam prakritim vitti me param jiva bhuta mahabaho yayetam daryate jagat. Apara prakriti. The lower, apara means which is lower. Para means higher. Apara prakriti is bhumihi, that is earth, water, fire, air, space, mana, buddhi, ahankar, mind, intellect, ego. These 8 constitute lower form. And one who is aware of these 8 is my higher form. I myself divide myself into 2, known and the knower. Apara, known, kshetram. Para, kshetrajnah, knower. Kshetram and kshetrajnah. And other than these 2, there exists nothing else. Para Prakriti is the awareness operating as the seer, perceiver, enjoyer, experiencer of Kshetram, which is the Apara Prakriti, matter. Both are me only. I myself am seeing myself as the world. And especially when you are in the state of dream, if I ask you after you wake up from the dream, I ask you, did you see the dream? Yes. Who saw the dream? Me. Where did you see the dream? Me. You are saying, बाहर में देखा है क्या? आप कहाँ देखते हो? स्वप्न. Where do you see the dream? Outside somewhere. Andar hi. In me only I'm seeing the dream. Who's seeing me? What are you seeing? Me. But at the moment when I'm seeing the dream, I did not know that I'm seeing myself. I think it is happening outside, as though everything is happening as though real. I was the king. I had a huge palace, and I was a lot of surrounded by many servants. And I'm going in a beautiful chariot, and people are throwing flowers at me, not lepers, but the flowers. And I'm going in a huge, beautiful caravan, and people are making beautiful sound and music, because you saw some kind of a movie before going to the bed, so that for that you think that you are the hero. So, like that. And as you entered and everything, and then there's a dance going on, and a lot of food that is kept there, and you all ate. And you had, because of the eating of so much of food in the dream, that you had a stomach ache, and you were so chronically stomach ache. Out of absolute pain, you woke up, lying down on the bed. So when you wake up, you realize, I was the dreamer, and where was the dream world? In me. At the moment I was seeing the dream, I did not know the dream was actually happening in me only. After waking up, I realized the dreamer and the dream world, both are me only. Yeah. In the same way, is also now, at this moment. Oh, Swamiji, what are you saying? यही बता रहा है. देखो, मनसा वचसा दृष्ट्या गृह्यतेऽन्यैरपीन्द्रियैः अहमेव न मत्तोऽन्यत् इति बुद्ध्यत्वमञ्जसा. Manasa, by the mind. Vachasa, by speech. Drishtya, by seeing. Grihyate, whatever is being grasped, experienced. Anyaihi abhi indriyaihi, not by only the eyes, but all other sense organs also. Whatever is grasped by you, karenava, padenava, vachava, by the ears, nose, tongue, skin, hands, legs, in all various sense organs, whatever you are able to grasp as perceive, as well as whatever you are able to think by your mind, whatever you are able to talk about in your speech, ahameva. I am the only one you are talking about. Na anyat. Manasa yatyatvam grihyase tad sarvam ahameva. Vachasa yatyat grihyate tad ahameva. Indriyaihi yatyat grihyate ahameva. Na anyat. Matta anyat na kinchit asti. That's why Krishna says, Matta paradaram nanyat kinchit asti jananjaya Mayi sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva. Other than me, there exists nothing that you can declare after getting up from the dream. You can say, Matta paradaram nanyat kinchit asid swapne. In mama swapne kinchit na asid. Nothing was there other than me. Matta paradaram nanyat kinchit asid. There was nothing there in my dream other than me. Some people ask, Swamiji, you came in my dream yesterday. Thank God. I was there only in my home, not in your place. Swamiji, you really came to my dream. Oh, Pittsburgh tak main aaya. Yeah. Flying. So it is your imagination, in your mind, in your own creation. You created me and experienced it. मैं क्या करूं उसको? So in the dream, other than me, Bhagavan say, you can say that in my dream, I alone was. In the form of elephants, in the form of chariot, in the form of horses, people, all that is me, me, me. But at that time, I did not know that. If I had known that, it would be so disinteresting, Swamiji. The interesting part of this world is that there are varieties which I think I am not. If everything is known to be me, क्या मजा नहीं. So that is why a Mahatma, when he wakes up to the higher nature of consciousness, he will look at the world. He sab main hu. Pure pauran paschyan nara yuvadinama kritimayan. Suvesha lankaran kalita sadrishan chitra sadrishan. Swayam sakshat drishtya tabija kalayan tais saharaman munir navya moham bhajadi guru diksha kshatatama. Other than me, there is nothing else here. Everything look like imagination, illusion. Mattaha ahameva na matto anyat iti buddhyatvam. This way you understand. Anjasa, directly, by thinking, vicharena, think about it. ये प्रत्यक्ष प्रमाण से नहीं मिलेगा आपको. प्रत्यक्षेन यत् न गृह्यते, अनुमानेन यत् न गृह्यते, शब्द प्रमाणेनैव गृह्यते. That which is not available to comprehend through direct perception, nor by any kind of inference or logic, can be understood only by Shastra Pramana or Shabda Pramana. So therefore, here the teacher, Bhagavan says, think about it clearly, that other than the Paramatma, the self, there exists nothing. And even if you see them as other than you, whatever you see, hear, taste, smell, manasa, vacha, drishtya, anyehi, api indriyehi, yat yat grihyate, tat sarvam ahameva mattaha anyat na kinchidasti. Idi buddhyatvam anjasa. This you understand, correct? So only one question they ask, Ko Bhavan, आप कौन हो? मैं तुम हूं. तू मेरे मी, तू, you also ahameva, tvam ahameva. How do you see the difference? What is the difference you bring it here? Now you see, if you take that question originally they asked, you will suddenly find, oh, answer is already there. That question that you raised. Now, Bhagavan says, okay, now let us come to the question that you asked your daddy. Let's come to that. What is the question you asked? Vishayaha chetasi avishante. That is, the objects are entering into the mind. And chetaha vishayeshu avishate. And mind also entering into objects. Anyonya parityagaha, santyagaha, anyonya santyagaha, kadam. How do I separate matter or the mind from the objects? The mumukshoho atititirshoho, by those people who are seeking liberation and those who are wanting to cross over the clutches of bondage, how do they separate these two? That's your question, correct? That he really puts bit back to them. He's asking that. Guneshva vishate cheto गुणाश्चेतसि च प्रजाः जीवस्य देहे उभयम् गुणाश्चेतो मदात्मनः Hey Prajaha, oh dear children, addressing them. Prajaha, here Prajaha means not people, and he is addressing them as dear children. Hey Prajaha, Chetaha Guneshu Avishate. Chetas, the mind, Guneshu, Vishayeshu, Objecteshu, Avishate. The mind enters into objects. And at the same time, gunaha vishayaha, object, chetasi. The objects enter into the mind. Mind entering into the objects, objects into the mind. Let me ask this question. You stand in front of a mirror and you see yourself. Did you enter into that mirror? When? Mirror came, I got ready myself. Chalo, abhi enter karenge. Entered into that. ऐसा हुआ? Huh? Did you enter into the mirror? No. Then how are you seeing it? If you have not entered into the mirror, then who is that there then? How did you appear there? How did you appear into the mirror? Please. Is it necessary for you to enter into the mirror? Huh? And when the mirror is taken away, oh, yeah, don't take me. Then I am going along with the mirror. You never entered into the mirror. And therefore, when the mirror is taken away, you are not gone. Is it not true? So, the appearance that you are there in the mirror is how real it is. Even though you see it, even though you can clearly see yourself in the mirror, are you in the mirror at all at any time? मैं तो देख रहा हूं, आप देख रहे हो, ठीक है. जो आप देख रहे हो वो सत्य नहीं है. Just because you see, it doesn't mean it is real. Blue sky, do you think it is true? The blueness of the sky is in the sky. Is it true? Is it the blueness of the sky is in the sky or in your eyes? Sky. You must think. Science also says blueness of the sky is never in the sky. It is in your eyes. Therefore, seeing in the mirror does not mean you are in the mirror. Similarly, मन विषय के विषय में घुसा हुआ है. The mind has entered into the objects or objects entered into the mind. Both are false. Your question itself is to be questioned. Guna guneshu avishade chetah gunaha chetasi cha. Hey prajaha, understand, both are happening in awareness. Jivasya madatmanah dehe ubhayam gunah cha chetah. Vishayaha api chetah manah api madatmanah jivasya dehe. Both the objects of perception of thoughts and the mind which is apparently entering into the objects, both are happening in the jiva who is non-different from me. Me, the awareness. Mada atmanaha jivasya dehe ubayam gunaha chetaha. Gunaha cha chetaha. Gunaha, plural, yes. Therefore, you see, Krishna says in Gita, Vishayaha vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasavarjam. Speaking about the Siddha Prajna, Bhagavan Krishna says, when you do not entertain a particular set of objects in your mind, they will not come and disturb you. Is it not? When I come out of the airport on the way towards the exit, rows and rows of liquid spirituality is displayed there. Varieties of forms, liquid spirituality. Now, if I am not interested in drinking, really I am not. No, but then they cannot disturb me at all. Why? Because I have nothing. They have nothing to do with me. I have nothing to do with them. I have no intention to drink, or I have no interest to drink. Whereas you come with me. Are Baba. You stop and look at him. Swamiji, you go. मुझे कुछ काम है. You are attracted to that object, and the object is not telling, come on, have me, own me, possess me, drink me. ऐसा वो कहता है? Maybe the salesperson will say that, not the object, not the drink is coming in front of you. So where is actually the Vishayas? Are they there? Are they here? Where are they? Manaha cha Vishayaha api ubhayam jivasya dehe. Jivaha tu madatmanaha jivasya. Me only, the jiva, the pure awareness. In that awareness alone, mind and the object of thought, both are. Okay, ठीक है, understood. अब इसके बारे में कुछ और सोचना है. A little more we have to think further about this very statement of the Lord. We'll see that tomorrow. Interesting subject, very deeply to be thought about. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkhabhat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om.